How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, make sure to go subscribe to the channel and help me out. This is my thoughts and my overall review on the Lamborghini Huracan Performante Spyder. So, big shout out to Kearns Auto because they helped me out with everything. I messaged them. They're super cool guys. Hopefully one day I can go back and work with them once again. So, if you're interested in any other supercar, I believe this car has now sold. You can double check on their website and go check out. They have a huge selection of Huracans. They have R8s. They've got basically a lot of different cool sports cars, supercars. They've got some normal cars. Go check them out if you're interested in buying a vehicle. That being said, let's get right into this video and go over the Lamborghini Huracan Performante Spyder. Now, before we start, I have to say one thing. The audio in this video messed up. That is the reason why I have to voice over this video. Let's get right into this video. So we're talking about the Lamborghini Huracan Performante Spyder. It is a 2019 car, and it is a 5.2 liter all-wheel drive naturally aspirated V10. Obviously, it is a mid-engine car that is all-wheel drive, and it makes 630 horsepower and 442 pound-feet of torque. So back in 2019, the Huracan Performante Spyder started at $308,000. What is the Huracan Performante, you might ask? The Performante is the most hardcore track-oriented version that the Huracan has ever came out with, that Lamborghini has ever made for the Huracan. Now, one thing to note in any Huracan is there is a hexagonal pattern throughout the entire car. Now, that is something that goes through the interior, and you notice it a lot. You see a lot of hexagon shapes, weird shapes. All the buttons are really cool. All the steering wheel, all the vents, the door handles, they're all pretty cool. Another thing to note is the forged carbon fiber. Lamborghini introduced this into this car, and it kind of looks like a little bit dirty, but it is forged carbon, and in person it looks beautiful. It looks super clean, and just throughout the interior the forged carbon is amazing. Now, getting to the center console, there is a little screen that displays, the name of the car. It is a screen. It does switch and say different things depending on what mode you're in, and it's just a cool little thing. So we're going to start off, and we're going to see the start button. The one thing I did notice on the start button is I expected that piece where you flip up, I expected it to be metal. That's probably one of my only complaints about the car. They kind of cheaped out on that. I wish that was a solid metal. But not to the buttons and everything. Obviously, the start button, you flip it up, you can turn it on. The only complaint I had about the car was the start button. That little thing you flip up, it was actually a little cheap plastic, which they should have made metal in my opinion. We have park, reverse, and manual. Obviously, you click the paddle in to go into drive. Come over to the steering wheel. There's the hexagon again, and it's made of this beautiful Alcantara with the forged carbon paddle shifters, and it's got the little screen that display the silhouette of the car, and I thought that was really, really cool feature. Obviously, the vents are also made of forged carbon. A lot of things were done in this car to have weight reduction, and the whole car was just filled with Alcantara everywhere, and it was just amazing. It feels so soft, and it was so nice. So now let's wake up the beast and turn on the ignition. The screen comes up in the normal screen you get in the Huracan. Obviously the car wasn't on, so that's why the check engine light is there. Here are a couple different buttons on the steering wheel. Obviously we have the little dial, a little thing on the side to change the screen views and all that. You can change it, but most importantly, this is probably my favorite part of the car. So you can kind of go, you can get a navigation screen there. This is very much from Audi. The technology there, as you can tell. There's a lot of different screen options. You can click the little dial where you switch between Strada, Sport, and Corsa. And obviously in Sport it changes the dial. You'll see a little Sport come up there. And between 3 Strada is comfort mode basically, and normal. Sport is obviously just a little bit more sporty, holds the shifts longer, and then Corsa is the most intensive driving experience you can get in the car. So if we come over, this is Corsa mode. This is also the screen you see in the Lamborghini Centenario, the Lamborghini Veneno, and it just looks amazing, very driver focused, and you can always tell how fast you're going and see your revs and know what gear you're in at all times. It makes sure you know what you are doing as a driver and not being distracted by anything else like navigation or anything like that. Personally, my favorite screen that this car has to offer, I think it just looks very, very good. Also, if we come over to the little screen on the side in the center, it says Corsa when it's in Corsa, which I thought was pretty cool. And obviously this is in Sport. I did not know that screen could change like that. I thought it would just be some electronic gauges, but it turns out it is actually a screen that looks really, really good. On to all of the buttons that are in the middle. So first off, we have the left window switch, and it's like opposite directions. You pull it down for the window to go up, and then you pull it up for the window to go down. So second button is the front lift, self-explanatory. Second button is traction control. And then the third, we got the hazards, and then we have parking sensors. Slot which is kind of weird. That's another thing I noted in this car. Don't know why, but it does. And then of course we have the right window. Moving down, you've got all the climate control. You've got heated seats in this car. You've got the air conditioning. You've got the defrosters. You've got the fan and all the settings for the vents and everything. And then if we come down, you've got the navigation and the radio and all of that down below, the volume control and everything for the media. So now coming back to the center console, obviously we have the start button. We have the reverse, park, in manual to use the paddles, and then of course the e-brake or the parking brake. And then we've got the button for the retractable soft top roof for the car, and then we've got the button for the little window in between the soft top and the physical car. And then right behind it we have a little bit of an armrest, doesn't move, and then right behind it you have a little storage place, enough to fit your phone. I have an iPhone XR, so one of the bigger ones, and it fits pretty easily. Behind it we've got a cigarette lighter and a USB outlet. Then you've got a CD, a disc changer, and a place for SD cards. Alright, so now coming back to the outside of the car, obviously one main attraction of this car is the amazing matte blue paint. It is the paint sample Blue Aces from Lamborghini. That is a matte blue paint, and it's obviously got the additional center cap wheels, the 5-spoke options from Lamborghini with the yellow brake calipers. Obviously this car comes with carbon ceramics. It does not come with the steel brake option. And this car also had a full PPF protection on it, and it is a matte paint. It is not a matte PPF. The car is just amazing and beautiful. That's a matte black accents to go along with all the forged carbon on the car. And overall this car is just very beautiful and amazing to look at. Obviously we have the forged carbon wing with the ALA system, which brings all the air up into the wing, producing more downforce, and the center mounted exhausts which inspired the Huracan Evo, and obviously it's got the forged carbon diffuser on it. Again, if you're interested in anything supercar, if you're interested in anything you see in the background of this video, or just interested in buying a supercar, Kearns Auto specializes in Huracan Performantes. They've got R8s, they've got an Aventador there, and go check them out, go thank them, go to their Instagram and follow them, and thank you guys for letting me come and film with your amazing car. One day in the future, I hope we can work again on a different project. But I'm gonna end the video there. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Subscribe to the channel and let me know what you thought about this. Unfortunately my mic did just decide to die on me in the video for whatever reason. Sadly, next time I do a review, I'll make sure that my files aren't corrupted and my mic fully works. So I found my way around it this time. Hopefully next time there isn't going to be that issue. I'm going to end this video with some rev clips of the car. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next video. I'm out.